Loktar Ogar, friends. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, everyone's favorite calm orc warrior, with another orc mode workout for you guys. And yeah, we're doing these 6 days a week still. It's like we have been for months. And today, again, nothing special done today. More or less what you guys saw yesterday, other than just I did my strap deadlift instead of hook deadlift. And I have to say, guys, now that I've deloaded a bit by going to beltless squats, reduce the weight, and I'll build it back up. One of the things that people need to remember with that, if you're on a training system like this and you're doing something long term and you switch to an exercise variation for your primary lift, in this case, like when I went from low bar to high bar, I didn't drop the weight down, and it really did make it difficult, because it is, for some people, at least for me, the high bar can be a slightly harder lift and it has a different movement pattern. So it might be a good idea for you to go ahead and reduce the weight a bit and build back up. And so that's the direction I went with this. Since I'm going to beltless high bar squats for a bit, because I really feel I need that to get my squat base back up, to get back over 500 correctly with good technique. And obviously, guys, my goal is not to stop at 500. I need to always make that clear. People will see me say, okay, this is a goal I want to reach this year. Remember, I took a couple years off from squatting completely. So that's not my final goal. I'm not going to be happy with a 500 or a 510 squat. I'm going to be happy the day I get there again, when I hit a 500 again, or get a whole week where I hit 500. But that's not the goal, guys. That goal is 600. Goal is 600. But we got to do that in small phases. We got to get to 500. Then I got to work hard towards a 550. Now, if I get to a 550 squat again, I'm actually going to be pretty ecstatic. I'm not going to lie. I'm still going to keep pushing for more, but if I get to a 550, and we shouldn't even say if, it should be when I get to a 550 again, that'll be pretty cool. I'll be pretty happy about it. But the 435, yeah, it's not that hard right now, but here's the thing. When you switch to a movement pattern variation, you can spend months building it back up. In other words, there's nothing wrong. If you're an advanced lifter already, switching to a new variation to run for a while, so what if it takes you 3 months to ramp it up? You're still getting a training effect. You're still getting progressive overload. People get in this idea that they have to just try to max out a new lift as quick as they can. Maybe if you're a more novice lifter, but you also got to wonder why you're switching exercise variations if you're a novice. When you're more advanced, don't be afraid to go ahead and push it out. Spend some time ramping it back up. Ingrain the technique, ingrain the form, build it up. It's not like you're going to make fast gains anyways once you're advanced. Go ahead and get what you can out of it. And that's what I'm going to do with that. And I think what I'm going to do for now, 5 pounds a week on it. And then I may even drop down to 2.5 pounds a week on it. Just slowly build that beltless squat back up. Because you got to remember, this is still going to be way more workload than I was doing with the low bar with the belt. Because I was just doing singles. Now I'm doing back off triples, and I'm doing my beltless pause squats. So there's a lot more training volume when you factor in the fact that I'm deadlifting too. That has a lower body effect also. Deadlifting every workout. So all in all, you've got to remember, this is a lot more workload than before. Some people might be like, well, you're starting out with the same weight we saw you, 3 months ago, ramping up and, adding 50 pounds or whatever over time to your belted low bar. It's like, yeah, but I'm also doing beltless squatting, and I'm doing back off work and deadlifting behind it. This is a lot more workload. So we'll go through the same process again, and we'll build that beltless squat up now, but with the additional back off work behind it. And it'll come along. And now that I'm used to doing the back off work a bit, my body will probably allow me to get my progressive overload in on that lift and just go ahead and start working it up. And again, there's a method to the madness here. So when you do stuff like this, it's not random, because people say, what do you mean novel training effect? Are you talking about muscle confusion? No, I'm talking about a new movement pattern you haven't trained exactly, and then spending months working on it. I don't mean I'm going to come in and do it for 1 week. I mean, we come in and we train that movement pattern. People need to understand the difference between doing a lift and training something. It comes back to the difference between exercise and training. I'm not doing exercises. We are training individual lifts. We're training individual movement patterns. It means you have a program progression. You have a plan of what to do with it over weeks and months. All right, that's the point. Benching is going good, guys. It's going good. Again, the 325 that I bumped up to, because now I'm actually working on my bench again instead of just letting it be in a holding pattern while I do a squat specialization. Because now we've kind of cut the extraneous stuff out, haven't we? Everything we do is squatting, benching, deadlifting. Even though I do 3 different things with my deadlift right now, they're just different grips. All right, it's just different grips. And then people are like, oh no, what are you doing for your rear delts and your biceps? Well, you guys have seen I do cheat curls and I do band face pulls every day. What more do I need? You guys really think my back isn't getting maximum stimulation? I'm squatting and deadlifting every day. My lats and traps are getting plenty of stimulation. They're growing. They'll adapt. Now, rear delts, side delts, biceps, all that stuff needs a bit more work because they're good. Those are important stabilizers for performance. It's not just about, oh, you want big bulging biceps. It's not the whole point, guys. The point is they actually have important roles in your big lifts for safety. Those are good muscles that you want to strengthen and thicken up. There are benefits to it because they're antagonists to certain important muscles. So, you know, you shouldn't neglect them by any means. But pretty much every muscle's getting trained with those, isn't it? There's nothing being neglected. And I mean, even the band face pulls are getting a little bit of lat, and they're definitely working the traps in the upper back. But I'm mainly doing those for rear delts, side delts, internal rotators. But they get the job done. But yeah, the benching is good. It's real good. All this back offset, my pause 3x3 with 285, not that bad. Like the benching isn't actually difficult right now, even though I started ramping the weight up and we're doing more volume. Because I haven't been working on it, it's just been sitting there primed and ready for me to start training it again. Because just coming in and hitting a 315 for a single every day is not training. It's just placeholder, just holding onto the muscle and strength and holding onto the movement pattern until I can get to a point to where I could push it again, which is what we're doing. So, you know, we're going to push up all 3 of these big lifts, but now the focus has been narrowed. I don't have anything else I have to adapt to. I mean, a band face pull and a cheat curl is not much of a movement pattern. That's not wasting my recovery. You know, I can do multiple sets of those for reps every day. They're not going to interfere with my recovery. They're small movements or small muscles. All right, so now I can put maximum focus into all 3 of these movements and push them. Really push them the best that I can. Again, deadlift is the hardest one to do in a scenario like this, especially when I'm trying to build the hook grip. But, you know, we're going to see an upward trend in that too, and we are seeing an upward trend. Even though I didn't PR anything on weight last week, we got some grip PRs, some hook grip and some overhand grip. So that's the point. Today was straps. My first day of the week with straps, I usually go fairly light. I stop at 535 because I'm going to need that recovery later in the week. And as we build through the week, if I'm feeling good come Saturday, we'll go ahead and pull real heavy on Saturday. You know, we're going to save that because that's my 6th day in a row, and then I get the next day off. We'll save that for a pretty heavy pull because I get to chill the next day, and it's my last big exercise. So the 535. Yeah, it was fine, did pretty good. And yeah, I do all double overhand right now, building up to it, because I have 3 days where I hook grip every week. I think 3 days of hook grip is enough. It seems to be working. It's letting my skin heal better. I'm having to definitely take care of my thumbs. So yeah, I just use this to work grip. I ramp up with the double overhand, and then I do back off with a double overhand after I've done my heavy set with the straps. So yeah, this is still just 485, just getting in the groove of the straps. The only reason I'm doing this is because I can't easily double overhand 485. I don't know, I haven't tried. Just to keep warming that movement pattern up before I start going relatively heavy. So we strap for this one, and then I strap for the 535. And this is letting my thumbs heal because I've got a hook grip again tomorrow. You know, and I'm going to go ahead and hook grip over 500 again tomorrow. Keep toughening up those thumbs. And the 535 went well. Again, not a big deal. Again, you guys watched me do 575 the other day at the end of the week. So, not a big deal. And just to get a moderately heavy pull in early in the week. And then I did one double overhand back off because I just went straight to the 425, which you guys will see. There's a little bit of bar roll, and I have to set it down to the top, but at least I locked it. Once I lock it, that's when that bar roll happens, because you get to the top and the inertia keeps the bar spinning. That bar starts trying to spin, and then you got to set it down. But, you know, all in all, my double overhand PR from yesterday, I did it again today. I'll try to go ahead and do it every day this week And then maybe next week, we'll see if we can PR that double overhand and PR the hook grip. Let's see if we can do that, man. I mean, we've got to get that grip strength up. I'm definitely looking a little orky today. Zug, zug, work, work. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.